Hey, I'm Bonnie Jane, or Boo Draws Bones, and today I'm going to walk you through a process video of Do As Thou Milkt. So as I'm working through the initial sketch, you'll notice that she actually starts out quite a bit thinner and kind of differently shaped here than she ends up. I was really working on getting the basic shapes and the pose down, and then I kind of go back and fill her out quite a bit more. You're probably going to get tired of seeing me rework portions of this, but one of the things I really like about digital is that it provides that luxury to go back in and seamlessly redo things, especially in the early stages. I had a very specific idea of what I wanted her to look like, and so I really just kept going back in and tweaking everything. As you'll notice, I'm beefing up her thighs and her stomach a little bit there. So right here, I had this idea to use her tail to be the lower crescent moon, but it ended up being way too long for a cow, so I actually ditched it, and later on in the video I tried again, but it just looked too ridiculous for me. I know that throughout this I do say she and her quite a bit. Baphomet used to kind of more represent the duality of all aspects of humankind, but now I think it's important that they really represent the fluidity of aspects of humankind. And the reason that I keep saying she and her is because this specific piece was more of a projection of myself. Arms are a frustrating thing for me right now. I don't quite know why. As you saw there, I added in some little stick figure arms. I think I redid the arms in this like 3 times total, but I'm really happy with the end result. I know that line art gets a really bad name, and I actually used to hate and be really self-conscious of my line art, but I've gotten to a point where I'm really comfortable with it and happy with how I do it. And it's really relaxing for me. It's the most relaxing part of my digital drawing process currently. So I was taking a break from working on the arms and just going in and blowing off the growing tension within myself of trying to get those arms perfect. I'm uncomfortable drawing arms, but I've been drawing hands for a really long time. When I was 11 and first got serious about drawing, maybe I went through a period where I tried to hide or obscure them, but at this point I've been drawing them for so long that even when they end up looking weird, I don't put too much thought into it. I know it's one of the first things that people look at when looking at art, but it feels so minor sometimes, and I just really wanted to get the gestures in there. The wings that I'm starting here actually look really rad, but they were a little too complicated for what I was going for, and as you'll notice, I'm playing with the tail idea again, but yeah, I ditched that. Crescent moons are an impossible thing for me to draw. I don't know how people seamlessly get good-looking crescent moons, so you'll notice I did use the symmetry tool there, and I copied and pasted and moved it around to get those crescents in there. And now I start coloring, and for as clean as my digital art looks, I actually used a lot of soft, organic, more traditional looking brushes, but I'm such a perfectionist that I end up editing out a lot of those imperfections that they provide, unfortunately. I put a lot of thought behind her spots, as you'll see. It seems like such a trivial thing, but I'm glad I spent so much time on them because I'm really happy with how they turned out. Now I'm going to go in and do the shadows. I really wanted her to look warm and inviting and lovely, so I did use pink and red hues and I'm really happy with how soft and friendly she ended up looking. The wing style I ended up going with is actually super inspired by vintage My Little Ponies, the little Pegasus wings. The idea behind her face markings was that I wanted her to look like a vintage rubber face doll, and I actually googled rubber face cow dolls, and all of them that exist are super creepy looking, but I think mine looks pretty cute. So the snake scales were a super pain in the butt for me, and I kept going back and forth between trying to do a rainbow scale pattern, hand-drawn, and using a pattern brush, and I actually ended up doing a small section of rainbow scale, and then I would copy and paste and kind of adjust it to fit, and then I ended up copying one entire snake and flipping it and pasting it onto the other one. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. It's such minor detail. You can hardly even see the rainbow in the finished piece, but I think it ended up pretty cool. And here she is, finished in all her soft, motherly glory. I used an iPad Pro, an Apple Pencil, and Procreate. Thanks for watching.